So now, when to repot a plant which you got from a nursery shop? So the question arises immediately. Are we supposed to repot a plant as soon as you come home from a nursery shop? Or are we supposed to wait for at least 1 or 2 days for repotting? The answer is yes, you are supposed to wait for at least 1 or 2 days for repotting because of the temperature differences. The temperature which is present in the nursery shop could be different as compared to your home, right? So the plant should have already got adapted to the nursery shop temperature. So what happens if you just immediately go grab those plant from a nursery shop, you do not even consider about the temperature or the environment present in your home, and then you try repotting immediately, what happens? The plant will undergo a stress, which is called as transplant shock. So to avoid all those things, allow the plant to settle according to the environment which is present in your home. So do not repot it immediately as soon as you come home from a nursery shop. And number two is that you already have a plant in your home, but you keep noticing that it's not up to the level of the expected growth, and you feel the growth is being stunted here despite you give a lot of nutrients, despite you're taking so much care of the plant. Then the reason could be of a root bound. I'll explain you what is root bound is that. It's a crotons, it's a type of tropical croton which I got from a nursery shop. It's been covered by a plastic cover, right, in a constrained area. The root would have already got bound here, right? If I just open up here, I can show you right now. The root would have already grown till this end and would have just got up to the level, and it's like maintaining in the nursery shop. So that's called as root bound. So in those cases, we are supposed to take this out, repot it to the next size of the pot so that the root which is being bound there could have space to grow more, and then it shows a lot of structure on the top. So those are the two state, or those are the two situations you can try repotting. As soon as you come home from a nursery shop, you are not supposed to repot it immediately. Allow it to settle according to the temperature for 1 or 2 days. And number two is that if you feel any plant has been growing stuntedly, despite you give keen care about those plants, try inspecting those root surfaces. If it's been root bound, repot is the only thing. Now, how to repot a plant from one pot to other is that select a pot a bit larger size than the present size of the pot with the plant. The reason is that if you have got the plant from a nursery shop, definitely the plant would have root bounded when you open the container of the present pot. Eventually, the roots need a lot of space for better growth when you repot it, right? So that's the reason you need to select 1 or 2 steps ahead of the present size of the pot. The pot should have a proper drainage holes, not less, not more. Definitely not more. Try to hide those drainage holes if the pot has a lot of drainage holes with few pebbles or stones. If there is a lot of drainage holes, what happens when you water them frequently or when you water them properly? What happens? The soil tends to leach out from the drainage holes, and the nutrients will just lose so quickly than ever. Now add fresh soil mix to the pot till it reaches half of its level and level it up to transplant the plant. If it's been root bound, please loosen those root bound soil so that it gets unbind or untangled quickly, and then it tends to grow as soon as possible, and then it gives eventually the top structure so quickly and effectively. Then you can now transplant it to the pot. When you try to add some soil on the top when you have repotted, do not make it with a complete till its brim. Allow some space, 1 or 2 inches less than the brim, so that when you water, the soil doesn't get disturbed outside. Please water it immediately after potting. Do not keep those plants after repotting immediately in direct sunlight. Please keep it in the partial shade for at least 1 day. So these are few tricks and hacks you need to consider definitely while repotting. This is the way you need to repot. That's it.